1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. This is another episode of How I Wrote. Basically, I'm just talking through how I created tracks, and it's fairly easy to do this now because I bought this machine, which is essentially like it allows me to create and do all the production stuff that I will be doing in the computer on this machine, which is great. This is a Ableton Push. I just recently started using Ableton as a means of recording, and it's really changed the game for me. I feel like I've been a lot more productive, which is great. So anyway, this song is called Travel Bug.
But there's a time to play, living it all. Wanted to go to places, wanted to go.
It's quite a simple song, really. It's got a very housey vibe. So really, there's only a few parts to this track. We've got some very big bouncy drums like this. Now that's part one of the drums. Then you've got a little bit more that comes into it. A nice fat kick. And then you have the final big one, which is with a bit of a hi-hat. And then there's one with just kick. So those are the drums, very simple, different parts. They appear at different times in the song. Now there's a main synth riff that goes through this, which sounds like this. And I filter that through an effect so you can make it sound kind of quiet, just to give it some movement. So we're building it up, And I can control that live through that little button there. Now any good house track needs a nice big bouncy bass. And we've got one, and it sounds like this. Ooh. Then we'll put that with the drums. And then to top it off, we want a nice luscious pad just to contrast everything that's going on. So you have something like this. Now we can filter that and make it bigger. Bit of transition, bit of movement. So really that's it. It's only 4 parts really, but there's movement within them, so it feels like a flowing piece. Then you just have to structure it into different parts, and then you've got a song. So let's start with phase 1 on this track. It's just that main synth part and those opening drums. Now I'm bringing that filter in, so we're getting a bit of movement. It's building. Next phase of the track would be bringing in that kick and that bass, so we're adding a bit of oomph, for lack of a technical term. Just can bring it back again if I want. And now let's add those nice pads. It's a bit too loud to start with, so I'm turning it back. And now I'll add some hi-hat. You see what I'm doing there? And of course, once you've built something up, you want to bring it back down again. You want to create a bit of space, and you want to break down. You just got that pad and that kick. So you got the bottom line and the top line. And they kind of, everything else in the middle just cuts out. Now if I want to bring something back in, I can. And the way I do that, especially with house music, is take out the high end and bring it back in slowly. So we've got this in the breakdown. Now what I might do is go to bring some other bits back in again, but high end it. So we're only getting the high bits, and then we're going to slowly bring it back in. So you can hear that bass coming back in, and I'll bring it all back in. Filter that synth back in. Hi-hats again to bring them in. So I could just mess around with this, right? It's different parts of a track and I've got total control here over all the things that I do. So in that sense, performing this track is really flexible. I can customize it in various ways. For recording vocals, I normally do that in a more linear format. Right now I'm working with a bunch of different blocks of audio and I'm sort of, turning them on and off and messing around with them. But if I was going to record vocals, I'd probably do that in a more traditional way. I'd loop it up and then I'd do a few takes. But this just gives you the kind of bare bones structure of all the different elements, different ingredients that I use and all the effects I use to create a bit of movement. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying having this time to mess around with all this stuff. I think if we weren't in lockdown, I probably wouldn't have had as much time. So, silver linings, right? But yeah, I put a sample pack together of all of the different sounds that I used in this piece. You can download that for free or name your price. And that link should be in the description or bio. So yeah, stay safe and I'll see you again.